Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the instant match reaction. Huddersfield Town 0, Everton 1. A victory for the Blues on the road. Fantastic. That's a weight off my mind. This video is sponsored by OneFootball. OneFootball's app makes it easier to find stats, scores and all the latest news in one place. To download the OneFootball app, click the link in the description. So 3 points for the Blues. A much changed team. Well, few changes. Cenk Tosun started up front, Richarlison on the left, Bernard on the right. We had Leighton Baines back in at left back. Tom Davies in for Ghana, who looks like he was either left out because he's saying he's going to Paris Saint-Germain, or the manager didn't think he was in the right frame of mind. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Changes were made. And obviously we took the lead pretty quickly. Good play from Bernard and Tom Davies set up Richarlison, who took it on his second attempt to put us 1-0 up. And to be honest, we sort of cruised through the game. Now, cruised is the wrong word. We just did what we wanted in a way, because they just had nothing to offer. So we never really built up any play over the game. We just tried to pass it round and lost it, and then got it back because they were poor, and then tried again. And apart from McGibbon Sigurdsson shot in the first half and a couple of chances from set pieces, we didn't really offer anything. And I suppose that was the disappointment tonight, that when going 1-0 up against a team like that, we should have just, if we just kept the ball and just worked ourselves into a few positions, we would have destroyed them. But for me, I look at this set of players and I just try and work out if they've got a brain cell between them. Because the amount of times we shoot ourselves in the foot and make poor decisions. I mean, I think that's why Leighton Baines was in the side tonight, because of Luca Dean's lack of brain cells on Saturday, giving fouls away. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But the amount of times we just try and play silly passes that are not on, or sometimes just normal 5-yard passes instead of just keep the ball. They're poor. I mean, they're very, very poor. They're a championship side at best, and they know they're gone, and they're sort of playing like that tonight. We came out second half, obviously. They brought Mui on, who made a massive difference. He really got hold of the ball. If they go down, I'd be looking at him for Everton. I really would, because you probably wouldn't have to. You wouldn't pay massive amount for him in terms of the way things are today. He's a lad who gets hold of the ball and moves it really well and gets around the pitch. I'd certainly be looking at him. But we never made anything, did we? Second half, hardly anything. And then Leighton Baines has to go off. It looks like, I think there's a hip injury. Dean's on. Straight away gives a free kick away on the halfway line, which he just didn't have to. And then we have the ball up front. And one silly pass, one pass that didn't need to be made, go straight to them. They play a ball over the top. Dean has kept the lad on play, on side. And what I will say about the sending off was, I'm glad Dean had enough brains actually to fall on his sword. Because I think some defenders there would have just almost said, well, you know what, if I touch him, he's going down and it's a red card, I'll take me chances with the goalie. I'm glad he just took him out and just said, you know what, I'll take this one for the team. Of course, there's that idea that if you let him go through and just put a bit of pressure on him, the keeper might save it. But I suppose it's one, 6-1, half a dozen the other. But he didn't. He fell on the sword. It was a great free kick, great save by Pickford. We had to take Cenk Tosun off. I felt sorry for, because I thought he worked hard tonight. I thought he worked really hard. Had to take him off. Put Richarlison up front. We put John Joe Kenny on at left back. And to be fair, for the rest of the game, apart from one header, which magnificent save from Jordan Pickford, we were quite comfortable. Couple of little scary moments, of course. It's Everton. I suppose, again, the most disappointing thing is that every time we got the ball, we just give it away. A couple of times with Richarlison just dribbling, and you're like, just dribble to a point where you're holding the ball up. But no, he runs into places and gives the ball away. And I honestly think that's the massive difference for this team, is that there's no one on the pitch with brains to say to everybody else, will everyone just calm down? Will everyone just stop? Will everyone stop giving the ball away? That's what we lack massively, and that's, I suppose, at the same time, that's a leader. So, listen, but what I would say is, we showed a bit of hunger tonight, we showed a bit of desire, and we showed a bit of fight. We looked a lot more organised off set pieces, in terms of people, not organised in, they've been doing it for like 2 days, just people doing their jobs, just people getting in and doing the jobs. Back four, pretty solid. John Joe Kenny coming in at left back, 40. You know what? I loved it that every time the ball dropped, he just smashed it up the pitch. He wasn't having any of it. Tom Davies in midfield, I thought was excellent. For a lad who's been out for so long and is at the butt of the criticism of so many people, he come in and he was a lot more effective than Schneidlin and Gomez, who just sort of strode around the pitch without really doing anything. Tom was prepared to get stuck in and make things happen. Fair play to the kid. But listen, we stuck in there. We got the 3 points. We're in 8th place, I think. Wolves won against West Ham, so we're in 8th place at the moment. That could change tomorrow night if Watford win, I think. But, we go up against Saturday against Wolves now. Decent side. They've won 3-0 tonight. That'll be a really tough game. Man City will be a tough game. Obviously, I think, well, yeah. But I think tonight we've got that. We've, beating them has given us that little bit of, well, it's given us that breathing space, that, not breathing space as such, but we've just showed that against poor sides, which there's plenty of in the Premier League, if you exert a little bit of effort, you can win the game. Okay, we're going to be without Dean Saturday, and I don't know how Baines is, but we'll wait and see on that as well. So it could be John Joe Kenny playing left back Saturday, but so be it. Whatever, we got through. We got the 3 points, got through the game, and if we could get a win on Saturday, everything will look completely different. And but what I would say is, listen, I've been critical of the manager, but what I've seen tonight is players making just terrible decisions that the manager can't affect. The manager can't affect Dean staying on, keeping the lad on side and then bringing him down. He can't affect players overplaying it or playing terrible 5-yard passes. He said, all right, maybe what he can affect is that we should be playing in a different way, but he believes in this way. And what tonight shows is that it isn't all down to the manager. Of course it's not. It's down to players taking responsibility. Some of them did that tonight, and that was enough to get us the 3 points. So, happy days. 3 points. 8th in the Premier League. We'll see what happens. Maybe Saturday was the catalyst. Maybe that was the penny dropping for a lot of players. Maybe players who've been out of the team, like Tosin. Maybe he'll start now on Saturday and he'll get his season going, and other players will get their season going. Hopefully. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments. 3 points is 3 points. I'll see you later.